as it turns out, I'm never too old to learn. I'm here in my setting. I love being here, and I just went on YouTube Studio and I edited all the videos. Well, actually, I didn't edit all the videos. I edited the end of all the videos. So you can click on the thumbnail at the end of the video or the little thing that's in the video. So I don't think that's actually the thumbnail. And that makes you go to the video that I want you to see. So usually I'll refer you to the previous video in case you haven't seen that one. And of course there's also a playlist linked to it, so you can always go and check out other videos. So this entire month of January I have been going live. Well, not live, but I have been recording videos quite often, and I actually posted them to YouTube. I just didn't make them public because, like I said, at the end, I want you to see where to go to next. And I also want a nice thumbnail on there. And well, I've learned from Evan Carmichael, the YouTube expert, that it's important to post at least once a week, but preferably 2 to 3 times a week. So what I've learned to do is to actually record long form content. So everything under 10 minutes won't make it to YouTube because that's short content, short form content. So I'll just keep that on Instagram. But when it comes to the longer videos, so 10 minutes, over 10 minutes, so maybe even up till an hour, that's what I do post on YouTube. But, oh my God, scheduling ahead, I have never done so. Well, but here's the thing, bear with me, I'm a little tired. Yes, there's a video out there about being tired. You will see it in a couple of days too. Actually, I'm right on this spot and I have recorded it. So I'm part of the CHPCs. So those are the Certified High Performance Coaches. So we have been trained by Brendon Burchard and his coaches. Oh, they are so amazing. And we had this, they call it beta coaching, if I say it correctly. So then we coach on one another and we also exchange what are we going to do. So I said, you know what, I want to be coached. I wasn't the only one, but I was in luck, I got coached. And we talked about consistency in me actually posting something every day on Instagram now. And then there was also the question like, yeah, but how does it work when you want to go to sleep in time? And I can honestly say that's a hard thing. So we talked about it and I said, well, I could record posts ahead of time. So actually the one I just referred to has already been recorded, but you won't be able to see it until next week. And she said, so how would you feel more comfortable? And then all of a sudden it hit me. Well, if I get 2 to 3 out there, you know, work ahead of time and then just schedule it, you know, then I'm good to go too. So here I am, here, right here, look, yeah, that's me. And I'm scheduling ahead of time. Never in my dreams did I think I would be someone who would use structure and schedule ahead of time. Most people who know me know that I'm always late. It's only like a couple of minutes, but for those who are kind of familiar, like my friends, well, they know that, you know, I'm a little bit chaotic, so always something comes up like, oh, I need to do this or that. But when it comes to meetings, I try to be in time whenever possible. But But it's, you know, it's about prioritizing, and what I actually do is I want to finish up what I've done. So I want to take my time to also finish up when I'm talking to someone, for instance. So yeah, it's a little bit like, do you quit early and leave a meeting and it's half finished, or do you overdo it? And of course the answer is I need to be spot on time. Anyway, it's these last couple of months have been about courage, non-stop courage to be consistent, courage to get out there more, being consistent. And it is because I've been working with a coach now probably since August. So in April I became a certified high performance coach. Might be wrong in the month, but circa that time. And then in September, October, I was in the US. In September I joined the coaching conference, the coaching summit in Austin, led by Brendon Burchard. And just before that time, I actually became part of what they called Advanced CHPC. So we get trained twice a week, not twice a week, twice a month. And then there's 12 weeks of coaching involved, and that's almost about to end, which is a shame. So I need to figure out how to get that going, because I can tell that so many things are changing, and quite honestly that's the best way actually to promote the whole CHPC, because I'm experiencing it firsthand now, and it's actually kind of cool. So getting back to everything that has changed, so I'm also in this group called Ultra. So I always wanted to be in the mastermind of Brendon Burchard, but you know, that was like a grant, and it was like, and it was always so cool because you would get these black envelopes with red ribbons around it, and I was like, oh, that is so cool. I want to be part of that too. And of course we would see all those pictures of him and his group of friends going places, and you know, I if only I would just be on that stage, you know, telling my thing. That would already be so amazing, especially doing so without crutches. Just being able to walk and stand there. And I don't know, things are changing. It's in December I talked to her and I said, you know, I'm gonna go live again weekly, but that was actually a little bit too soon. And the others, we were talking about challenges. I said, well, the easiest way for me to do marketing and do a coaching call, or what they call a call to sign up people, is like, they have a different word for it, but I don't get it right now. It just happens when I'm tired, and even when I'm not tired, it happens. So I said, well, you know, when I have challenges and people respond to me, then it's so easy to actually reach out to people and tell them, and then, you know, then it's no problem to have them sign up because they've already seen me like 3 days live. So that's what I was like, okay, what can I do in order to do that? So at first it was said, well, then you go and you do it like weekly. And I was like, weekly? Really? A challenge? Because I've also learned that you need to promote a challenge, and that costs at least 7 days to a week. So ever since November, I've been struggling with getting the challenge promoted. So in November I did the Clarity Challenge. In December I started doing the Christmas Challenge, and like right now I'm promoting the Courage Challenge. So now I'm not only going live, or at least posting something on Instagram like every day. I also said I'm going to do a challenge every last weekend of the month. And in addition, since yesterday, I am going live every Friday. It shouldn't get any crazier. And now on top of that, I'm scheduling ahead. I'm like, oh my God, he knew that this was possible. Well, actually, I didn't know, but I'm doing it, so that's immensely cool. And yes, I do feel immensely good about it. It's, you know, this month is about courage, and all I have been doing is being courageous enough to go do it, try it, experience it, talk to people about what I can do. And that's the whole thing when it comes to courage. I can easily say, can't do it, too difficult. Or I can tell myself, you know what, we're going to change this for once and for all. I mean, if I do it and it won't work, that's one thing. But how will I know if I don't even do it? And here's the thing. Ed Mylett is one of the coaches who also speaks on Brendon Burchard's stage. In this case, it was an online meeting between the two, and we were able to watch it. He talked about stacking things and about fatigue. And it was about, so this conversation was going on between Ed Mylett and Brendon Burchard. And it was about, oh, if I don't feel like it, that we instantly get tired. I don't know if you recognize this, but I absolutely do. And actually, we're mentally quite energized, especially lately. Physically, of course, that's a whole different ballgame. So at first, when they talked about fatigue, I was like, yeah, well, I know what fatigue is, because I am dealing with it every day. Earlier this evening still, I was at a friend's, and when I was there, I was literally falling asleep. So she got me some lattes, and that has helped. But then she started to fall asleep, which is the story of my life. By the time I wake up, which is at the end of the evening, then other people want to go and prepare for bed. It's kind of funny how that works. Well, I went there. We talked about things, and now here I am. I'm here at the hotel, and I still can't believe that I'm doing this. I still can't believe that the one thing that I really wanted to do for a while now, I actually did it and got it done. So here's a little funny thing. When I go to this friend's, I usually take my iPad with me, so sometimes I help her clean up the Lego from the kids. We talk about her work and her children. I talk about things going on in my life. But we also, you know, sometimes she works and other times I do, or I just want her to see something, but I always come prepared taking my iPad with me. It's very rare that I don't. So I did so too today. And since I was here yesterday too, and I realized I'd forgotten to return a cable, I said, you know what, I'm just going to drive on here. So I did, and well, like I said, here I am. It's 2:40. Yes, it's in the middle of the night, almost 3. And by doing this, I realized I can actually schedule ahead. And when I was there at my friend's, I figured out that I actually also can plan things on Instagram. Not that I didn't know, it just was like, or that way. Depends on how you want to look at it. I think some things you don't notice them until you really need them, and you're like, hey, what can I do with it? Anyway, when it comes to courage, we can do way more than we think is possible. You just heard it in this video. I mean, I went live yesterday. Let's Talk Courage. I'm going to go live every Friday. Well, next weekend it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because then I'm doing the Courage Challenge. So if you can use some courage too, to get moving ahead. Whatever it is, I always start with one thing that you do, and then when you do it good, then you extend it. So what's your one thing that you want to work on? What's that one thing that you need courage for? If you know it, or if you don't know it, then but you know that you want to change something, then come and join me the upcoming weekend, so the 26th till the 28th. I'll be live on YouTube and probably on Facebook and maybe Instagram, but if you sign up, you also get the PDFs. So I'm doing my best to get everything out there, to improve everything when it comes to the platforms, the websites and all. And now it's up to you to actually enjoy it. So come sign up, go to ladylexi.com/courage challenge. I'll say that again, ladylexi.com/courage challenge. And I'll see you next week. And before that time, come and see all the posts on Instagram. Remember though, I would like to know what you want to work on, what you need courage for, because the more input I have, the more I can do something with it during that weekend. If you want to see more when it comes to courage, then go click over there, and you will see more videos related to courage.